Capricorn, hello and welcome to Gena Moon. This is your new timeline reading for this week. This video is also sponsored by Psychic Source, and I'll tell you all about their amazing offer at the end of the reading. If you would like to watch the link to the extended, you can find the link to the extended down in the description box below. That's where we dive deeper into this entire reading, the entire situation. We go into the other person's energies, we clarify each position, and that's basically where all the details come through. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can find the link to my personal readings down in the description box below as well, right next to the extended, same place. All right, let's go ahead and dive in. And as I shuffle these energies, welcome to this brand new timeline. It's going to be a good one. The intense energies, we're leaving those behind, but still, I still feel like there's a few of you guys who still have some unfinished business. So let's see what's going on here for you. You are starting with the dominant energy of the drum roll. Okay, very nice, very nice. If you see the number 9909, 999, the number 9, this is all about completing a cycle. See, I told you, some of you guys are like right there. You're about to complete that cycle. You've gone through the toughest part during the last phase, and this phase is bringing you towards, are you courageous enough to complete the cycle? Okay, this can be happening in your love life, career, family, finances, friends, health, personal matters, projects, whatever this is for you. You take the reading how it resonates for you. I will still read the energies how I see them fit, okay? And you can reverse the roles, because a lot of you guys, are cross watchers, and it's a general reading. I read for a lot of you, so you can reverse the roles. But again, I will still read the energies how I see them. So the number 9 here, if you see the number 9, the number 9 is all about, for you, if you do decide to complete that cycle, material harvest. For a lot of you, that has to do with money coming in, abundance coming in. And for others, harvest, you can harvest anything other than material things, right? This can be a love situation. This can be, family, friends, whatever else. But I see that you've been working very, very hard, just like this man. This man before sitting at this table, as you can see him closely there, he's sitting at a wooden table that he made with his own hands, that wooden table. And not only that, but all that behind him, it's like a farm, right? It's like a fruit farm. And he dug up that soil and he prepared it for new growth, right? To come through as food, all that stuff. It was a contract that he was under, and he almost gave up because the sun was so hot. Some days he was too exhausted, too tired, working overtime, but he did it. He completed it, and now he's able to get paid. That's him getting paid, and with that payment, he's sitting there very grateful, right? On the table that he built, grateful, sweaty, tired, but grateful for the food that he can put on the table, for the money that he has there as well, and for the universe giving him the strength to fulfill that cycle, right? But it was up to him too, right? He had the free will to either give up or not give up. And I feel like this for you, it's asking you, are you willing to do what needs to be done, the hard stuff, right? Where we're going to see what the hard stuff is for you to complete that cycle so that you can sit on that table to enjoy the fruits of your labor, enjoy a relationship, enjoy love, enjoy money, enjoy your career, enjoy a vacation, whatever it is. We will see. But it's looking good already, right? I feel like you're like at the end of it, at the end of this situation. Like, it's kind of like the tough part is already behind you. All right, let's see. Let's tune in to these cards as I shuffle. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, comment down below letting me know how these readings all resonate for you. And of course, give the video a thumbs up, because when you like the video, you give it a thumbs up, you really help support me and you help support the channel. Thank you all so much for your support, love, all that good stuff. And for those of you guys mentioning that you're not getting notified, make sure that the little bell, when you click the notification bell, it turns black, because if it doesn't turn black, it won't notify you. And make sure that the little check mark is on all. All right, let's see. Let's tune in. Whoa, okay. It's going to be a good one. Prepare. You could be dealing with a Libra. Doesn't have to be. I see that energy also of Taurus coming through the reading. Virgo energy coming through the reading. What else do we have here? Aquarius or Gemini. Whatever other sign. Doesn't have to be any of these. But I see that right now you could actually also, I did mention Taurus, right? Taurus got a few similar positions here. Not entirely, but a few. You could be dealing with a Taurus. Doesn't have to be though. But whatever other sign this is, I see that right now it's difficult for you to make some kind of a decision, okay? Because you feel like there's a little bit of pressure being placed on you. Like there's a little bit of imbalance, you know? And it's kind of feeling to you like there is something here that is kind of rushing you. Like there's a sense here where they're rushing you to make a final decision. And for you, you're feeling like that's making you feel like you're out of balance, and you want fairness. You want the time, you want the space, you know, to make a balanced decision. We're going to see what this is all about. For some, it's already feeling like, you know, one person is giving too much and the other person is taking too much, like an imbalance, right? We're going to see. Of course, this could be related to any area of your life. Take the reading how it resonates. Love, career. Love is what comes up the most, you guys, okay? And yeah, so I feel that exactly what I said. There's something here about you feeling pressured by this outside energy. You're feeling like rushed. You're feeling pressured, right? There's an outside energy that you're dealing with, and they're kind of like trying to, you know, demand something, or, hey, speed things up, or, you know, when is this going to happen? In whatever way this is, we're going to see. But you're over here kind of like, oh, my gosh, I'm not sure yet. You know, like you're still kind of like dancing around the subject. You're still kind of dealing with a million things around you, responsibilities, family, personal matters, right? Business matters, whatever else. And somebody here is like rushing in, like trying to look at this guy. I mean, he's just like rushing towards you, right? And you're just kind of like, oh my God, like even like the speed that they're approaching you with, right? It's kind of like making you go off balance, right? So there's something there that's a little bit off with the picture. This can have to do with finances. For some of you guys, that could be playing a role. Commitment, and for others of you it could be anything else. It could be love, of course. Now in the recent past, I see that something happened, right? This is on your side. Something here happened where something ended. You felt like somebody broke your heart, okay? There could have been a third party situation for some of you, or this could have just been the pain of the illusion that collapsed because you had this vision of the future, or you had, a vision of what this outside energy represented, whether it's the same person situation or a different one. But it's sort of like that got shattered, right? And it broke your heart in some kind of way, shape, or form. A lot of pain. For a lot of you, it was a very deep soulmate union, soulmate connection. There was a lot of love there. There was a lot of, energy of you recognizing each other as soulmates, but something happened. Something happened there. Now, right here, right now, I see that you could be dealing with a Virgo. It doesn't have to be, but there's something about you that doesn't want to replay that same old scenario, right? Of going into a painful cycle. And so right now, I feel like some of you guys either want time alone. You are, wondering, should you ask for more time to think about something? Because there's this energy here where you want to isolate yourself. You could be doing this already. For some, this is either happening already or about to happen. And this is all for you to really think it through this time, for you to really reassess the situation. It's almost as if you want to self-reflect. There's this energy here where you want to self-reflect, but not only that, but it's almost as if you want to shed light on the things that you did not shed light on in the past. Again, whether it's the same person situation or a different one, because you don't want to be foolish anymore. Right? You don't want to be foolish this time is what I'm sensing. Someone here might be feeling like you're too slow in making a decision. You're too slow in opening up. right? That kind of deal. And I'm sensing that this is already kind of becoming a little bit uncomfortable for you because we haven't even gotten to these yet, but I'm already making a connection. And what this is saying is that this outside energy's a demand for speed or something like that. This can actually be something karmic. Something karmic. But what I'm sensing here is that a part of you has kind of made a vow to yourself, right? To be patient this time around. You know? Yeah, because the way that I'm seeing this here is that the tension that you're feeling right now, it's not just this outside energy. It's actually your mirror, right? There's something still within you because I feel that your essence, there's something about you that remembers this. I mean, how could you forget this, right? You just simply can't. You remember like what rushing to something felt like, you know? And that memory is what's coming up right now and kind of pulling you back, right? Pulling you back. I feel like for some of you guys, it's not even you. It's like you may want this at a conscious level, but there's something within you subconsciously that's kind of like pulling you back a little bit. And I feel like it's that memory of the past. Yeah. Because what I'm seeing here is that there's something here that is asking for you to honor yourself this time. So listen, here with the Judgment, right? It's almost as if a part of you doesn't want to be judged by the person. You don't want to be judged. This person can actually be coming across as very judgmental, whether you know that about them or you're afraid that this will happen. But this is the Judgment after all. For some of you guys, this can actually be, you know what's happening literally in every single reading in this new timeline for this month? And this is not even your monthly reading. I'm going to post your monthly reading on Sunday. But what's happening here is that there's a lot of people reconnecting with people from the past, situations, ideas from the past, projects that they left behind that are coming back around, right? Just things, memories, and people from the past returning. And I feel like for a lot of you, this is something from the past. Whether it's a person coming back in, wanting to reunite with you, right? I feel like this person has gone through their own karma. They've learned some lessons and they're coming in because they want you back. They can't forget about you. For others of you, it's something other than love. It's something other than a person. It's like an idea, a project, or an opportunity, an offer, right? Maybe that you weren't ready for back then, or something happened back then, and now it's like kind of like coming back around. And it comes with a wake-up call, but it also comes with the fear of being judged, right? The fear of not being good enough. The fear of what will they say if I slow it down? In a sense, you know? Because somebody here is, I feel like they're kind of projecting something onto you. They're projecting this urgency onto you, right? They're like rushing in towards you. But will you do something different this time around is what your soul is saying. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Right? Because if it's a return here, and if this is something karmic, which for a lot of you, I'm telling you, every sign has been getting karmic cycle, closing cycle. I feel like for you, this is something karmic that you did not finish in the past because you allowed something to kind of rush you into something, you know, without thinking, and you got your heart broken. And now it's like coming back around to test you like, okay, well, are you going to do things differently this time? Have you learned your lessons this time? Are you really going to reflect and slow things down this time? Or are you going to push? Or are you going to let yourself be pushed? Something like that. We're going to figure it out. If we don't clarify here yet, we're going to clarify in the extended for sure. But in the near future, you're showing up looking very good, very, very abundant. I mean, literally, it's identical to this one. Material harvest, enjoying the fruits of your labor, finally being able to rest after struggle, after a lot of pain, after a lot, really. I feel that energy coming from you. And in the near future, you're showing up like the Empress, right? No longer allowing yourself to be pushed. The Empress does not allow herself to be pushed. No one would ever even dare. That's just the energy that she gives off, right? And the Empress is a very interesting energy for you, because what this is saying is that remember, this is a potential future. This hasn't happened yet. You have the potential for this to turn out this way, right? If you play your current energy cards correctly. And what this is saying, it's like your future self coming in here and saying, look, you can have it all, the Empress, but you're going to have to do things differently than what you are used to. Not letting yourself be pushed, not pushing, not trying to control the outcome. This is a very feminine energy. Whether you are a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. A feminine energy, it's more so, you take a seat and you know that you are worthy of receiving abundance, love, money, etc., right? Because you've already done the work. You've already done what needs to be done. You don't let yourself be pressured into anything. You don't pressure yourself, or anybody for that matter. You don't try to control the outcome. Can you embody this in the near future? It's not an easy one, because I see that there's something here that's pressuring you, right? Something here that's kind of like, hurry it up, whether it's your own fears, anxieties, shadows pressuring you. But that's something here that needs to be resolved, because this outside energy is coming through in the near future as wanting to negotiate with you, wanting to work something out. This can be money related matters. This can be, for some of you guys, related to a third party even. A third party doesn't always have to be a lover. I'm reading for a lot of you guys, so it can be, of course it could be a lover. It could be a family member, a friend. It could be a lawyer. It could be, any other third person. But I see here that there's this essence here of this person wanting to negotiate with you, work things out with you. For some of you, the past wants to work something out with you. But in order for this to bloom and blossom, you can't repeat the same old pattern. Let's start clarifying, because I'm sensing here that just kind of like tuning into these right now, it's not random what's happening right now. It's definitely karmic, right? It's not random, but there's still something unfolding underneath the surface. Because see, the Empress wants to grow something, right? Something here wants to develop. It wants to grow in the near future. But what if it requires your slowness, but yet your steadiness, right? And then how would this outside energy play a role in that? Because they want it fast, and what's going to happen if you do what you haven't done? You kind of like break the pattern in a sense. Let's see. Let's clarify your energy first. Yep, for a lot of you, it is a person from the past. Someone here that you miss, somebody here that misses you. There has been a disconnect. And for others of you, this could potentially be a brand new person that feels like home. If you just met them, they are pressuring you because you guys have a karmic attachment that hasn't been fulfilled yet, right? Karmic contract from a past lifetime. That's how these energies, this is what happens when you meet people for the first time and you feel like there's something there, and then you guys connect quickly and you don't even know how or why or when it happened, and then it just like starts developing into something big and more. So be aware, because if this is indeed a new person coming into your life or has just showed up in your life, there is still something karmic there. There's still something karmic. Even if you said, oh no, I already healed from the past soulmate union, soulmate connection. If it's a new person, this is saying you haven't really yet healed. You're trying to, and this is a test here. Are you going to replay that same pattern with this new person? Of course, if this is a past person from your recent past, which for a lot of you it is, it's the same thing. Are you going to replay the same cycle? Because what this is saying is there's a part of you that feels stuck, right? There's a part of you that feels like victimhood mentality, like, oh, but I can't, I can't because of this, because I signed the contract, because, I can't because I promised them, whatever it is. I'm just giving you examples, right? There's a part of you that feels like stuck in a situation, and maybe a part of you doesn't feel good, slowing things down or just pacing things. But that's exactly what I feel would shift the timeline. Now, we're not sure yet how this outside energy would be affected, because we're just talking about your own pattern right now, right? And this past energy coming in, whether it's a person from the past or a new one, like I said. But I see here that it's difficult for you to jump into a brand new beginning with a person from the past, something here that has a tie to the past or that reminds you of the past, right? Because there's still a part of you that is allowing fear, doubt, and insecurity to really kind of, it holds you back, right? It holds you back. And even though, look what's underneath this, even though if this is like marriage or love, this can lead to a commitment. But remember, this is a rite of passage. You would have to end a cycle, the karmic one, before this can happen. A lot of signs have been getting very similar energies, I'm telling you. Wow. Okay, let's go ahead and tune into this outside energy, because I feel like there's going to be a moment here that's going to happen that's going to change the whole trajectory of this. And I feel like Spirit is coming in and hinting there's a turning point, and that turning point, of your decision, that's where it gets complicated. That is where it gets complicated, because for some, confirmation, there is a third party. For some, not for everybody, right? This is saying everything isn't how it seems on the surface. Why is this person trying to rush you? Why? Why are they trying to rush you? It's almost as if they're kind of sensing your past energy, right? Your past pattern, whether new or past person. Yeah. Because the way that I'm seeing this play out is that there's definitely something here where it's asking you to wait because something is about to come up to the surface. And it's almost as if before that happens, it's telling you wait for the rest of the information to come through. Because look at this. For some, there is a third party or somebody else involved. Again, third parties can be anything other than lovers. It could be just attachments, responsibilities to things, people, situations. But I'm sensing that this outside energy, just like you could be dealing with a Taurus, they've got a plan. They've got a plan. They've got something up their sleeve that they're not making you aware of. And that's why the urgency is happening. Right? It's like the pressure is on, because it's almost as if they want to convince you before something else shifts in their plan. Does that make sense? Because on one side, yeah, it looks exciting, right? Fun, happiness, joy, fulfillment, plans for the future, talks about plans for the future. Yeah, it looks exciting. The passion, everything, the drive is there. But what happens when the spark kind of fades? When the fun is no longer there? Like, will the flame be able to ignite this into something more, or will it burn out? Because your future self is coming in here and kind of like warning you, like, hey, listen, you can have it all. You can have it all in the near future, but Have you really learned your lessons right now? You're being tested. This is a test for you right now. Are you really thinking things through right now? Because remember what happened last time. And I feel like somebody here might be coming in trying to convince you, trying to negotiate with you, right? And this is also saying for you, are you going to, in a sense, like, negotiate on your self-worth, on what you really want, right? That should be a non-negotiable for you, your needs, your wants out of the situation, especially if it pertains to a commitment. And especially if this person has something up their sleeve, something that they're not quite telling you. Because I feel that there's this next part that's going to bring a huge surprise, right? Let's see. Let me clarify before we go into the extended. I'm going to now go into the extended because a lot of you guys have been saying that these readings are too long. So we're going to shorten it and take the rest to the extended. Yeah, I feel that there's something that is telling you slow it down, because if you don't, it's going to become a burden. It's like you're going to have to carry this, you know? So take a step back and think it through. 7 of Pentacles as well. Yeah, there's something here that it's kind of like showing up as like, yeah, you know, I've changed. Let's grow this together. Let's do this together, right? But I'm clarifying this right now, and I feel like there's growth, sure. There's like the initial growth, but then it's kind of like it stops right here. And then what happens after that, you know? And that has to do with what this person is hiding or what they're planning, you know? Okay, that's it. We're going into the extended. Because I usually, listen, I'm a very deep reader, okay? And I go really deep, but I'm just listening to you guys, and you guys want it to be a little bit shorter, so we're going into the extended now, okay? So let's see. My goodness. Someone else got exactly this. Angry. Why? WTF. You push my buttons on purpose, and I'm upset that you have control over me. I'm sensing that someone here knows or feels like, okay, let me give it to you this way. If this is a person from your past returning, it's almost as if they miss you. Of course, they reminisce on the good old days with you, but you've got to remember, they are thinking about the memories of you and how you were with them in the past. If you are trying to change right now, or you have changed your ways, they're coming in with still the memory of how you used to be in the past, which means that they're going to come in to try and still trigger those wounds within you. And if you still have not healed those patterns, there is a likelihood that you can revert to the past, to the old ways, to the old pattern, right? Recreating the old karmic cycle. Angry. You push my buttons on purpose. I'm upset that you have control over me. And for some of you guys, I feel that you might be unconsciously like afraid of doing something differently because you don't want to anger them, push their buttons, right? We're going to see. We're taking it to the extended, and in the extended, we're going to clarify all of this. We're also going to dive deeper into this other person's subconscious thoughts about you, their deeper feelings, emotions for you, their next moves, actions towards you, how the situation is all going to turn out and unfold for you, what will be the final result, and we will end the reading with any messages from Spirit. So if you want to check that out, the link to the extended is down in the description box below. You can also find it in the first comment that I've pinned down below as well. And if you would like to book a personal reading, you can also book a personal reading. The link is right below the extended, same place. But for now, I'll see you in the extended. And if you do want to check out my offer that I have for you from Psychic Source, stay tuned because I'll tell you all about it. It's an amazing offer. But for now, again, I'll see you in the extended. I'd like to take a moment to thank today's sponsor, Psychic Source. They've been around for over 35 years, and they are one of the most trusted psychic services out there. Now, you all know that I do readings myself. And honestly, I was very curious to know. So I went ahead and I called one of their advisors just to get some clarity. And yes, it did help me confirm what I already knew within me. Because you are my loyal viewers, they're offering you 40 minutes for only $19.80. That's literally less than $20, you guys. And during the 40 minutes, you can connect with as many advisors as you want. This way you can have different perspectives from different advisors. So if you want to try this out, just click on the first link that's down in the description box below. Or you can visit trypsychicsource.com/Gena Moon. Make sure that you spell my name correctly because that is your code. Gena Moon. A big thank you to Psychic Source for sponsoring today's video. In the extended reading, I go into the other person's subconsciousness, their deeper thoughts about you, their deeper feelings for you, their next actions, moves, and more. And thank you all so much for all of your positive feedback for the extended reading. I am so glad that you guys are loving the extended reading so much. So again, if you want to check out the link to the extended, the link is down in the description box below.